do you play this? I do have to dodge them. Do I have to eat them? Oh. Oh yeah, I have to eat them.
Watching for the shot, takes it, gets it. Voxy goes down up to 198 total HP and eight eliminations. We'll get a top 15 here in one more player needs to go down. Sight the forefront of the storm now.
PlayStation players?
Waiting his time, trying to wait for that Shadow Bomb to tick out so we can box up.
This is an incredible game so far from Excite. With that pushing over, he's on a 13-point match right now. Let's look at the rest of the lobby. Artur up on the high ground. You have Miko, Lars, Wallboom, Motor, and Zyfler all on the mid-tarp. Rest of the players on the low ground. You see Noodle Kongan just get ticked over from the storm there. Motor going to begin to work top down, sitting on 41 points. Gets the headshot, knows there's white damage there. Player in the box, sees him get eliminated, but he wants to continue moving forward. That was Maxa and Excite, who both just got picked up, and Motor is completely out of builds with no elims. He has to find something or has to find a way to drop down. Luckily, a player building on the tarp beneath sees the Shadow Bomb drop, and he's going to use the Pine Tree to not take fall damage, find Go-Go's on the side, and also gets all of his mats and a med kit on 80 HP. That could be huge. You have the ability with the campfire, but he's dealing with such limited ammunition in terms of the small rounds. Wallboom goes down to Artur, and we get closer and closer to the final placement threshold before the victory royale. Motor opts to pop the campfire early. If he goes to full 100, this could end up being detrimental to him trying to medkit if we go to full heal. However, don't think that's going to happen with 90 seconds left. Antaret gets Miko, and we're into the top 5.
44 points
right
now. Motor pressure from above. Gonna have to box up and wait. See if anybody can make the move. Like you said, a big material pickup just moments ago for Motor, but not enough ammunition to make a difference. Artur on the ultimate high drops down.
They're not allowed to say that there's lag.
There you see he places a couple services.
I don't know why there's just
builds his way back up. Quick shoddy shot. Anthrax trying to apply pressure. Player drops in, shots on the outside, gets Lars. Gonna have to rotate into the zone quickly as that storm is ticking for 10. 3 players left and pressure from underneath. Anthrax sitting on 2 builds, 15 bandages, but it's not gonna be enough to keep himself safe unless he picks up this elim. Maybe some materials. 2 big hits. Can't quite find the elimination. Gonna try and get ahead of the build. Shot from above. Pressure from the third party, and Motor picks up that elimination. A 1v1 heads up situation. Motor at a huge disadvantage in the storm, ticking slowly, and Artur sitting on enough builds maybe to apply pressure. Down to 10 now, the drop in, and finds the elimination. Only 2, but it still gets the job done. A 12-point victory royale pushes Artur to 42 points thus far.
And again, don't forget, with the prize pool being doubled this week, even if you don't get one of those qualification spots there, the money is doubled in every single one of the placements, so each one of those interactions could be the difference in a little bit of a bigger paycheck. But now we're swinging right on board over towards one of the snowy biome areas in Happy Hamlet. 38 players in this match.
I think Happy Hamlet's worthless.
And what's it like? As in you don't like the drop spot, or
terrible.
as in like the town like shouldn't have ever been developed?
I think that they have outdated laws about leashing your dogs, and I also think that the loot positioning is poor. I do not like Happy Hamlet. If you agree with me, hashtag Fortnite World Cup.
All right, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. What is your favorite solo drop spot? I know Lupo's is a not Happy Hamlet, so what's your favorite solo spot? What's your current solo drop spot?
My go-to typically is going to be, okay, so there's a little pirate camp in the southwest of Pressure Plant that before the volcano went off, that's where I was consistently dropping. Recently, though, because of the changes, I really like Valhalla. I like the dance club. If I'm dropping solos and I'm not going for, like, because there's a different play style.
Competitive, super serious, ultra World Cup qualifier, where are you dropping solos?
I'll go Valhalla, and if that's contested, I'll fly past the Snobby.
Okay, cool.
I like that west side of the map, typically because it is not often challenged. You have so many opportunities for rotation. The only problem is, like, you have the rocket base that now is kind of decayed a little bit to the northeast of Snobby. You have Valhalla that's up there. That you have a lot of places where there's going to be people that can see down from above. But I mean, you also have a quad in there. You can quad fly your way back over the tilted. What a back-to-back! That was 2 shots sequentially.
62 on the first guy for the body shot, finds the second player rotating and hits him with the headshot. We talk about the flintlock efficiency in the right hand. Scoggin, the right hand's there, just wow, you talk about the pirate camp right there, going to work. with the flint knock. I'm a big fan of that west side of the map too. I know the little kind of broken house between Viking Village and where Polar was that's down there has 3 chest spawns, and you can rotate away. There's mushrooms there. That's one of my drop spots.
Ice too. You can feed into Greasy if you want to. There's a lot of chances to move over there. I think the west side of the map right now is one of the best for solos.
I'm just upset. I lost the covered bridge down south in between Lucky down there. Has 2 spawns on itself, and then the pirate cannon that used to be there had 2 spawns, and then the house had a spawn. So there's 5 spawns that were all in the one spot, and then you move right into old factories. It was really good, but lost that one unfortunately. Now on board here with Styler, CSC sitting on 42 points. You can see him trying to edit down the rest of the lobby.
Not sure about that shadow bomb.
He popped the shadow bomb like he was gonna rotate. He saw the supply crate, and then like,
I think he thought about it for a second and said, you know what, I already used the shadow bomb. I don't want to make this, I don't want to feel like this goes to waste, so I'm just going to, instead, I'm going to push for rotation.
But you can see in the bottom right-hand corner there, that supply drop just goes completely to waste. There was no one there. Let's look at the rest of the lobby. Martaz, Crippa, Waldo, Keysant, Orc H, Fool, Bayonne, Mods, Blazin, so many players. Mexi over there in a baller rolling around. Talazito in there and still above storm damage. So if you are rolling around in the ball, you will be getting the ticks going there. Have to play aggression, have to play aggressive going through to turn that off, or just tag somebody.
Knox in the feed a second ago, I believe, being eliminated by the storm. Looks like that threshold did get to him, down to 31 players. Need one more to go down before Storm Surge is no longer a factor. 94 above right now for Styler, taking quick peeks, maybe thinking I need to get a hit on somebody before it's too late. I'd say back-to-back hits is pretty good there. Pick it up an Elim, pushing it to 30 remaining. One through the wall to the right, quick shot, misses twice but finds a third. Tart goes down, picking up the second Elim so far for Styler, sorry. 29 players left, we're 4 away from placement points. And this is so many people trying to rotate simultaneously through not even the ultimate low ground, but just kind of the mid is just full of people. Every single layer is a fresh tarp, and you have tons of new builds and a lot of metal coming up.
A lot of metal going through it, and you got to work through the old builds as Brism gets taken down and misses out on the placement point. So now on board here with Haibuzin as he makes his rotation. Mexi out of the ball, it picks up Savid. Ghosty gets taken down as well as Haibuzin as he edits down, gets the shot, and then the tick over from the fall damage, I think?
No,
I
think that player that he shot actually survived. There was a storm.
Oh, it was the other player who went through. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, understood.
Fool picking up an elimination with fall damage in your feet in the top. 4 Elims right now. Haibuzin trying to push up through. Like I was saying, the player builds that are out there right now, so difficult to push through if they're metal. It requires so many more melee hits from your pickaxe to try and break. It's going to slow you down. You're going to take storm damage from it. It's going to put you in a worse position. You won't be able to get to the forefront of the storm while other players are trying to rotate. Next from Loot Boy, looking for a peek shot there. Going to drop out of the box. Looks like a little bit of a delay there.
Just madness on that low ground. Everyone is down there as we're getting closer. Boom, there it is. Top 15. Styler does get taken down on that mid-tarp by Mods. Harvey gets Keysant. Mexi gets taken down by Zealous. Bayonne there. Brilliantly done, topped out on the light ammo. Crippa gets Fool as Mods gets Blazing, and we're into the top 10. Top 5 being left.
Drops Martaz in with the edit, catches him on the move with the corner edit and a quick swap. Oh man, sorry, that was insanity. What a quick reaction there, man. Now at 2 eliminations, only 24 builds, but G just picked up all that brick a second ago. He's digging through any materials he has left. Bodobon all the way in the high ground right now. A single layer across, but it doesn't really matter. No one's looking up, and he's got RPGs for days. Looks like he's going to look down from above and try and take shots.
Good pick up some Crippa on this mid-tarp right now as Botabon is going to work down. Bayonne on the mid-tarp. Top 5 just happened as Haibuzin gets ticked over. Shadow, will he be able to pick it up? Bayonne gets Shadow though on the turn. Can Bayonne catch back up to the zone? And Crippa gets caught by Baltaben on the high ground. The single tarp strategy on the high ground. The one rocket he fires down for an Elib and the Victorial. He says you can take that out. 11 points coming out from Baltaben.
Well played there. Even just the single layer of brick, because there were so many layers of material below, that's actually really, really good thinking on his part. As he's moving forward, he looks down and says, no one's going to challenge me. There's so much mass in the way that no one's looking up. I just need to keep this, I got to find a spot to connect it. And he dropped down and did that, that's a super common strategy, especially in duos. Typically, you have players that are one's applying pressure, taking shots at people, while the other drops down and reconnects the builds, and they swap roles back and forth. I think we see Tfue and Cloaksy do that all the time. If you watch the stream, it's super, super common.
Zayton's half, another duo that kind of I don't want to say like made that more prolific, but like watching their bots and watching them do it is kind of like, oh, here's the blueprint for how you go about doing this.
Exactly. You're connecting the canopy of your build to structure that's already established underneath, because then if somebody shoots out what's way back in the storm, you're not going to run back and replace it. But now it doesn't matter because you have another branch connecting underneath.
And then you're all good. Well done from them there. As we're on board here with Solari Airwalks, 49 players left, so just a tick under half of the lobby. Storm Circle 5 is closing, and we're also going to be rotating through pressure plant, so lots of geysers, lots of innate natural mobility, and a decent amount of mats and metal that can be reused, so it should be interesting to see what ends up happening here as we hop on board here with Train H's Alpha. Train H being the team Train Hard, hits the geyser and says, I'm going to zone.
There's players all the way up on the drone in the sky above. You see him Alpha on rotation, checking up above quickly. Gonna layer up twice to stay away from the player underneath. You don't want to get dropped in on somebody else's structure. Replacing the ramp with a cone so you can get quick edits in whatever direction you need. I do want to make a quick statement. You see these kind of edits, he's looking for shots now, and then he'll quickly do a reset after he feels like he's shot for long enough. You don't want to get caught gargoyling, tunnel visioning on somebody where you're exposed and someone might take a shot. And there's a lot of players in front of him. He might not see them, but they're there. But what I was going to say is oftentimes we see players do like the window edit and then instantly reset so that they can get transparency through the metal or the brick. More often now I've been seeing players do a door instead of a window, because at this level, even that imagine you have 3, 4, 5 frames where there's a window open, someone might sneak a snipe shot or rocket something in through the window and you're gonna get punished. Door doesn't do that.
So close the door.
Well, yeah, you put the door in and it's still just a solid surface. So you prevent any opportunity for somebody to sneak a shot in. Yampi there, I was gonna say, you might want to reset that window. Speaking of.
Mongrel in the lobby, Crew in the lobby as well. You can see Mongrel currently sitting on 55 points. Last time we saw him, he was at that 50 mark, so down to it. You can also see Storm Surge, he's 98 damage above it. Again, that will get turned off at 30 players, so expect aggression to come out. Second Shadow Bomb being popped and just trying to get to the far side of the zone, get away from people, box up and be safe. Mongrel wants to play patiently, wants to not be eliminated early. Generally, you're used to seeing him play much more aggressive, but with everything on the line, with the queues being closed, with the last opportunity to book a seat in New York City, he knows he can't mess up. He has to get points here if he wants to be going.
You got to be thinking these players too when they're back.
Airwalks and Alpha Amons are both in the lobby. I apologize, but this place is stacked.
No, it's insane. You're right. I was going to say, players typically too at this level that are watching the queue and watching the leaderboard, they're going to ready up and then they're going to immediately go look to see where they are on the board as they go into the next game. Even sometimes they have a chance during their, like when they're boxed up in here, they'll pull up the leaderboard if they can on the website, something like that, and see if they can find out just how many points they need to make in order to place. Does not surprise me that Mongrel's trying to play a little safer, pushing over the top of this campfire player underneath. Another one boxing up inside metal. A lot of layers here. An attempt to maybe get a little bit of an advantage here in terms of elevation, pushing forward, branching into the next circle.
Oh, Baller almost took out his build there, which could have been absolutely devastating. Would have dropped him down. No tarp beneath. 28 players remaining. Look for shots. He finds it.
There we go.
There you go. Leon Flares goes down. 26 players remaining. Wolfies gets picked up by Chris. Mongrel up to 56 points. Looking for it, and that's 59 now as he hits the top 25. Player directly next to him on the box, but trying to pop that, and Crew goes down as well. Was in the top 25, but that was the player who was in the second place last time we saw him. You have Windstrike Mayhem, who was within distance. Now you have Airwalks, the Solari player, at 53 points, trying to drop him down. RPG up on the high ground. He follows it right away. Suat gets swatted out of the sky, but Astro SMZ is also making his push for the top as he's picked up his third Elam since we've been watching. Mongrel gets another one, picking up Romu as we get closer to the top 15. Airwalks getting some reloads into that combat shotgun, wants to make sure he has every tool available as we push down to the final fight. Airwalks up on the ultimate high ground. ETQ rounding around the storm. Mongrel going to challenge on the mid-tarp, and he gets Carrera, and he also gets into the top 15 as we slide on board with Train H's Alpha, puts the trap down, and he gets Astro. Astro knocked out. Could be his World Cup run over there.
26 points thus far for Alpha, but not a big deal. He's still putting on a good show. Shots back behind, finds another player. Cell caught in a box just outside. Rotating forward, 9 players remaining. Scalamo goes down to fall damage to the feed. ETQ eliminated by that combat shotgun, so powerful in these close range fights. Alpha, 6 eliminations, looking for the 7th, pushing through, applying pressure through the wall, does not want the player inside to take the chance to get anything. Mongrel picks up another elimination, then immediately gets eliminated, goes out in 7th place, almost the top 5 for those points, only going to get 5 placement, could still be big enough to make his way to New York City. We will have to see before too long. Top 5 now, Alpha, 30 builds, a mini opportunity. Anything to heal right now is going to be big. You don't want to be caught by players that may have positioning, and Oldies does in fact have that positioning. A 1v1. Players are basically 1-2 boxes away from each other, and Oldies may take the chance to rotate up out of the storm. We'll see here, stuck against the edge. Airwalks, the ultimate high ground, just waiting. 97 builds for Oldies, but only 1 for Airwalks.
52 to 58 in points. This could end up being the difference. Oldies looks to go for it, and he gets the zone back from Airwalks. He takes away the zone, but Airwalks knocks him down. No fall damage coming through. Can Airwalks find the shot?
No build.
Oldies just keeping the zone in the area, and Oldies gets the victory royale, pushes them up to 55. Airwalks falls at 58 with no builds.
Imagine being Oldies knowing you just eliminated Airwalks from Solary, Mongrel from Secret. You've got to be feeling really good about that game. A big push for points, too. That was, like you said in the middle of it, a very, very stacked lobby. A lot of pressure, too, because you have so many players now in these games that we're showing you. You have to remember at home, the ones we're trying to pick the ones that are best for affecting the leaderboard, because these are the plays that you need to see. This is Europe.
Yeah, I gotta check something. I want to compete. See, on default table I didn't make it in. I'm only 6. Division 6. What did you have to be champion, really? Where's Marina? Compete. Wait. Oh, I'm in the best of the best, but I can make it. God dang it. I want to play this game. I still don't know if I can hit them. Yeah.
Keep the negativity out of this. Hashtag Fortnite World Cup, because Fortnite has done something that not many people ever thought would happen. They've put a focus on every player that has played out of their minds. And I want to be sure that all these people that have played, have qualified, have tried their heart out, they need to know that you're supporting the heck out of them. So again, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Please let your favorite players know that they've done an excellent job. Win or lose, doesn't matter how many eliminations. All these people have a lot of heart. It's important that they know that.
Indeed, a lot of heart coming out from all of these players. It's so incredibly
Can't
hard
wait till next week.
I laugh as you say, but honestly, what a perfect name to see pop up. All that being said, no mercy this week.
Weigh-in picks up it. He says no mercy this week. Indeed, it's all about those last spots, trying to find the Shadow Bomb player as he rotates through, getting the shots going off here. And this is what it's all about. Storm Surge is on for 3 more players. Weigh-in pushing forward. Lacey Share gets fast and then gets traded out by Rasmussen. We have our top 30. So Storm Surge is off. First place in threshold in 5 more players. Black Sue over there in the mid-tarp, gonna hop on board with him, sitting on 46 points right now. Going to need a monstrous performance if he wants to top off. He's seen a number of players pushing up towards that 60 range. Don't forget, 8 spots coming out of Europe, top 25, the first placement threshold, and Black's in a good spot to hit it with the 4 shadow bombs, using the first one now.
The stream's got to be feeling good about how their players are playing thus far. Black Suit and Sky both excellent thus far.
Okay.
Potentially see Bato at some point. We'll have to find out. 28 players, 26, 25. What a quick shift in player count. Points going out. 3 for everybody left on the board. Down to 22 already. This rotation has been lethal for so many. Such a big shift, down to 21 now. Chip goes down, 20. Every time I feel like I say it, we're about to see 19. There's another elimination. The Toxic Donut removed from the game. Black Suit pushing forward here, 2 eliminations. Don't want to get caught by someone boxing up, as we've seen so many times in the past. Trying to maybe land somewhere inside a box with a launch pad. Going to move forward with the Storm. Excellent position now. Has a chance to kind of wait and peek back behind. Someone is up above. He's got to be careful there. That edit going to jump up and move on through to the next section of this circle. Still not stopped. We're very close. You look at the mini-map, the blue and white cross over the circles. Once that happens, you know players are going to start boxing up and peeking back for sure. Back-to-back shots, back-to-back eliminations.
No, he only got one of them. Daryl got the other one. That could end up being huge. Like we said, every single one of these interactions mattering, but Blackso trying to push the envelope and get every elim anyway. Will he be able to find it? He hits the shot, gets the siphon onto Purge. All of a sudden, Blackso has single-handedly fragged his way into the top 5. 57 points, but we've seen more. He needs to keep pushing. This is the last match on the server. This is the top 5. Frenzy, Nate, Screaky, Masato, and Blackso will be closing out the European region. Blackso right now extending the time route on the Shadow Bomb. He's in your bottom right. He drops down. Nate gets taken out by Masato. Frenzy begins to work. Top down. Takes 55 fall damage. Blackso pushes in. Him and Masato in the same box. Masato disengages around the side. Blackso desperately trying to find the shot. Needs everything he can. Top 4. Screaky goes down as Masato finds it. Frenzy continues.
Yeah, I'm watching the World Cup right now. Like, if you go on the Fortnite, it shows that you can watch the World Cup.
Really? On what?
On Fortnite. Just go on the Fortnite.
He's looking for the shots. 49 shields, 85 health, no builds from the
I'm
low ground
streaming
player.
it right now.
Frenzy gets cleaned up. 61 for the streams. Blackso, but
with the World Cup, are you sure?
Enough courage. Will it be enough?
The World Cup on Fortnite.
We will find out, folks. 5
Not
weeks
soccer.
of solo competition.
I'm watching that.
To this moment
watching
in
what?
Europe.
The Fortnite
The
World Cup?
Done,
yeah.
and now it is time to find out who exactly has
You're on
made it
GTA.
on through to the Fortnite World Cup finals.
I know.
Who will take up those final spots from the European region?
I think it's time to take a look.
Travel Lexus.
Go, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
First off, congratulations to Andretta, who throughout the entire day was in that top spot. Crew, Skype, Light,
Who's winning right now?
has made it on in.
It's like person
Everyone was wondering who was going to do it.
X,
People had
Y,
expectations. He
for
clutches in
and
the end.
Edron
Teak.
Never mind. I don't want to know anymore.
Go, man. Black Suit, he makes it in for
Don't
the
even
stream.
know
That's
I
huge
see
for the
it.
French-speaking community because we saw
XXXYT wannabe TTV.
Now it's Black Suit's time to
Jesus
shine. Really quick
Christ.
though, Andretta. So you talked about this guy's been on fire.
What's
all
next?
day
Ali
long.
is gonna
He
pop
actually
and
kinda
go
pulled
like
stats on his previous
XXX
qualifiers.
Ali
For the
AXXXYT
pre-sole league, 291th
2TV.
place, 127, 218,
Fucking
610.
Sure.
And now, first. All
Sure?
day long,
Are
went
you
from
kidding
like
me?
50 viewers on Twitch to like 20,000. Send Andretta some love. All his hard work has truly paid off. These are the 8 that are coming through.
Not an Xbox
Congratulations to them. I
controller.
think there's one more thing we can
Feeling
do.
like a nerd
It's time to
doing
punch
homework.
their ticket. Zeke, I'll
Did
start over here. Start over there.
you
Oop,
get
there you go.
pissed this
Andretta
PS
made it.
Plus?
Crew made it. It's the middle one.
I'm in.
Skype
I'm
made it.
I'm
go.
like Peter
Light.
Pan. I just thought about a way.
Mongrel,
Go and get your
congratulations
face.
again, brother.
In
the middle.
Back to the
MQ,
place.
finally.
Back to the top.
Teak, and wait.
Is the last circle?
Two as well.
There you
The
go.
8 players
What?
from Europe who will join Muffin and Rona season, as we saw earlier,
Are in
making
it.
it on in.
What?
Incredible stuff. Europe was
How
an
many more
insane
people
day
are in
today,
it?
just as we expected. High level lobbies.
They're
tons
not
of
in a
people
game
left
yet. They're
all the way
just
to that 5th zone.
saying
But here's the beauty
who
of it,
won,
folks.
like,
We've got
not
more
one, but
action
one
to
that
bring you. We're gonna
round
go to a
who's
quick
going to
5-minute
New
break.
York.
We come back, we'll catch up to speed on some of the other regions before we kick off the NA East action.
Now they're going to
Zeke,
NA
this is it.
East.
This is the last chance, all right? People need to know about this block party, all right?
I'm
This is
NA
your last
West
opportunity
action.
to get them involved, to get them hyped. Zeke, everyone's gonna be there.
NA
right?
West people, they
Zeke's gonna be
just
there.
have like really
DJ
good
Sundown's
skins,
gonna be
but
there.
they're not that good.
Everyone's gonna be there, all right?
I'm an NA West
People are
person.
waiting. All right.
Perfect.
You know what, man?
You're an
Zeke,
NA
I
West
don't need no
person.
card. But what you need to do
Okay.
is buy your tickets to the block
So you're
party.
trash?
Tickets are only $35.
Yes.
Fortnite fam.
I'm not
Listen,
trash,
all
but I'm not
June 15th,
good.
16th at the LA Forum. Day 1, Creative Showdown. Listen, all right. Team Evolve built an incredible map. Spoiler alert, it's dope. Day 2, Celebrity Pro-Am. 50 pro gamers, 50 celebrities.
Oh
all
my
battling
God,
out for a $3 million cherry prize pool. What more do you want? What more do you need?
NA
Fortnite
East.
fam, you need to be there because we are ready to party with you. Bam!
Heyo Fortnite fam, Sundown here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Flint-Knock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
The Flint-Knock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane.
Ghost Aiden.
It shoots pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the beginning game just to get one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Horrify, but the Flint-Knock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva.
Are you watching the
The
stream or
Flint-Knock
something?
is a common and
Yeah, I
uncommon
am.
weapon that uses heavy ammunition. It
It
does
still says I have
86
one
or
view.
90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a 2
It still says what?
multiplier.
It still says I have
This
one view,
means
but
that
I still
outside
had
of a sniper
I had one
rifle,
view before
it has
you
the
came.
highest single shot damage potential in the game.
Oh, no, I'm not
the
watching
Flint-Knock
on your
only
stream.
allows for one shot
Oh.
at a time, has pretty decent damage fall off, and also takes 3 seconds to reload. In addition to all of this, the Flint-Knock also has a mobility component to it. When fired, it will impulse the shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes a target, it will impulse the target away from the shooter. This can allow for some tricky plays to be made.
Player there, runs out into the storm, jump, turn, finds him. Yeah!
We've seen a decent amount of use out of the Flint-Knock during the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the qualified players to get their opinion on its addition to the game.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from a situation, the Flint-Knock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone. I think it just adds a lot of like different plays you can make with it. I think it's good.
I personally really like the Flint-Knock. I think it's a really good weapon. I think it's a really strong weapon in the right hands. You need to know how to use it and you need to base your whole game around it if you want to use it right.
It's just a kind of weapon we need more.
I definitely think it's one of the better things that have been added skill-wise. I like that it's so versatile. I really like it competitive. Definitely deserves a spot here.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw how the Flint-Knock can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best Flint-Knock play you've done or seen? Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus, or maybe Flint-Knocking through the air.
Oh my gosh.
What a funny joke.
Oceanic and Asia replays in 50 seconds. I'm gonna flip this kid off if he doesn't stop. You want me to flip you off? You want me to flip you off? I'll flip you off. That's what I thought. Fucking pussy licker.
Are you kidding me? I'm streaming. Jesus Christ.
Ow, fuck, that hurt.
Shut up.
Oh, crap.
Say a bad word one more time and I mute you.
F word. F word.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite World
Hi,
Cup.
Dr.
This is the
Lupo.
final week
It's
for
Dr.
solo
Lupo.
qualifiers. So if you're trying to make your way to New York City to punch that ticket, now's the time to do it. Miss out.
I want to punch a ticket.
Coming up next, we have Asia and Oceania replays. Those regions have already played out. But before we get to that, I asked a question when I was with Sundown casting the end of Europe, and that was where your favorite drop spot was. And we are lucky enough, because of the magic of Twitter.
Magic of Twitter?
Wow, magic of Twitter.
Social, I want to see what everybody said.
I have Twitter.
About everything. I just want to put this
I don't
out
have
there
a phone.
immediately. My boy Till Truth agreeing.
I follow that guy.
In the game.
You do?
Disco, Frosty Dusty.
Yeah, I do.
Junction when running solos. Unless it's a hot spot. Dropping factories by Flush. Racetrack. Lazy Lagoon or the block.
Okay, I'm ending my stream. What the heck is this? This isn't World Cup.